Hey guys, welcome back to Untergrund. I am pretty proud to say that the entire first stage of its 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 layouts is now complete. That was quite an arduous task. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to do. This was going to be a simple little project, simple little platformer game when it started out, but alas, I seem to have succumbed to the dreaded scope creep. It happens to the best of us, I think, but I don't know. Was it inevitable? Who knows? But we've made it to stage 2 nonetheless. This is what stage 2 looks like. It is, as previously mentioned, going to be a minecart chasing level. I'll hit play and show you what I've got so far. So you start the second stage here at a save point. So the player has the option to hit save the game. If you don't hit save here and then you die, you will go back to the previous save, which is just before the boss fight of level 1. What do you guys think? Should I make this an automatic, you've reached here and save your game, or give the player an option? I kind of feel like it should be automatic. I don't feel like you should be punished if you forget to click save there. But anyway, you jump in the minecart here and off you go. You can jump. Oh, but you've got to jump gaps, just like in the Donkey Kong version that I'm heavily inspired by. You can jump over the gaps, and even I am not very good at this. Does that tell me that this level's too difficult, or will people just get it after a few tries? You've noticed that the cart can flip. It's because I've assigned physics to that. I'll show you how that works in a second. Let's just see if we can get through this first stage. So you finish the first little minecart stage. Again, there'll be enemies here. You'll be able to jump over things and duck. You go straight into the second one, and there'll be various things you have to duck under. There's probably going to be an attack in here where you can swing your stick by pushing J, destroying projectiles. I don't know. You can slow down by pushing back. You can speed up by pushing forwards. I kind of feel that the background image of another minecart track looks more like a roller coaster than it does a minecart track. I think I'll have to smooth that out a little bit. Or I don't know, maybe that's just how minecarts were back in the day. But I've put all the events for level 2 or stage 2 on the event sheet 1. The event sheet 1 is going to basically contain all the events for everything. So there'll be a lot of things in here that won't be needed in the second stage, such as the backwards navigation, because we're just in a cart going forwards. The flower picking, that won't be relevant, but then the carts group here won't be relevant in level 1. All I've got so far at the moment for the carts is this little section here, which basically just says on start layout we're going to spawn in the cart, which is from this block here. So it's basically a player spawner, similar to the player spawner there, but it's for the cart. And then when the player collides with the block, which is poorly named, I appreciate that, when the player collides with this, then they're going to automatically jump into the cart. And the way I've made that work is we just simply disable the platform behavior, and we set the player invisible, and then we set the cart animation to animation 2, which, if I go to the sprite of my cart, shows the little player in there, and I've given him a little bit of an animation, so he bobs forwards and backwards. The cart bobs up and down, just to give it a little bit of flavor. And then we set the cart active because we have a boolean instance variable on it, and then if that cart is active, then we will set the player's base sprite, which is what the animation sprite is basically following. We'll set that sprite's position to the cart's position, so the player won't actually go anywhere or be destroyed. He'll just turn invisible and be pinned effectively every single tick to the cart, which means that when we get off the cart at the other end, I can just unpin it and just set it to the right hand side of it, and you're back to walking again. The cart has the platform behavior assigned to it because I needed that for gravity and also left and right movement, or right should I say. I've created a boolean variable that controls the cart's maximum speed, which I think will be 300 unless after further playtesting I decide it needs to change, and I'm going to set that platform behavior maximum speed to that Boolean variable as long as the cart's active, and I'm going to set the jump strength for 250. And then you can speed up and slow down the cart by pushing A and D. I've set a condition here that says as long as the cart speed is greater than 100, because I don't want you to be able to stop the cart. I think the minimum speed must be at least something. If the cart's not on screen, these are conditions for when we have to respawn. So if the cart's not on screen, so we've fallen down a hole and dropped off the bottom of the screen, we wait 2 seconds, destroy the cart, and then restart the layout. If we flipped it and we're between the angles of 90 and 180 degrees, we wait 1 second, we destroy the cart, we restart the layout. And if we hit collision boundaries, then we do the same thing, and the collision boundaries are there basically to stop me getting stuck. There's a little gap here where I can land on the floor, which means that I won't be off the screen and I won't necessarily be flipped, but if I'm here touching this, it means that something's gone wrong and I should restart the level. We wait 1 second so I can put in some sound cues and maybe some more visuals to say that you've crashed, and then we restart. And then when we hit the dialogue trigger, we go to next level, and the dialogue trigger I've just reused because we don't have any events or logic to suggest it does anything else once we get to stage 2. So instead of creating another sprite to control it, I've just put the dialogue trigger there, so when we fly off the end of the screen, we'll collide with that and we'll instantly go to layout 10, which is the second part of the cart. Like mentioned, the background minecart does look a bit like a roller coaster. I think that's because I've been to a couple of theme parks recently. I've created this kind of cart or mine track entrance sprite which sits in the foreground with a skull and crossbones, because why not, and the word slow underneath it. Not to say that you should be going slow, because you have to make some of these jumps pretty quickly or you're going to fall down them. And that's it, that's all I've got. There's probably going to be 3 or 4 of these levels, and at one stage I think I'm going to have different things. Like one stage things will fall out of the sky, other stages there'll be, for example on 10, when I've got this long stretch here, you might be chased. I might, once you get to a certain point, spawn in an enemy cart that comes in behind you, and they shoot things at you, and then maybe you have to push down to duck or jump. I'm not sure just yet. I am kind of making this thing up as I go along, so comments and feedback is quite useful, because as always, you guys looking at this from a distance can often tell me things that I'm not seeing. And that's about it really, guys. That's where I've got to. If you want to play test level 1 and share the footage with me, I will be putting this up on itch. I'll put a link in the description. I'll put it up as a demo, just level 1. It might start you at level 2 once you get to the end of level 1, but again, there's not a lot to do there. You just kind of move in a minecart. But please, again, feel free to tell me if it works or it doesn't work, or if there's bugs, or if you're finding any problems with it. That's all very useful. If you do make a video on it and you want to provide some commentary, and you're happy for me to share that in the next devlog, do let me know, and I'll happily share that as part of the next update. I'll be back shortly with another update, but yeah, pleased to say it's still going strong, and no signs of quitting just yet. So hopefully this could be the one that I end up actually getting done to its completion. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. That does help spread the word to more people. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Before we finish, I'd just like to give a massive thank you and a shout out to my wonderful Patreon and YouTube channel members: Foozle CC, Olivia Bernier, Mario Lewis, Mark Games, Tor Hammock Alexanderson, Martin K, 8-Bit Gamer, David Wagnerok, John Allegreza, Dan, Matt Nixon, Jordan Lane, Nicholas Callum Keane. Thank you guys for supporting the game dev journey, and as mentioned, for more information about what's on offer on the Patreon, there's a link in the description.